get this dog and pony show on the road.
Welcome back to the show.
We're sorry. You're welcome.
Hey, welcome to Bottom Shelf Bible Study. My name is Jesse Colward, and this is Peggy Caroline Murphy. Say hello.
Hi, good morning. Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Let's stand up and take a bow. Awesome. Hey guys, if you do like this show, and I love you for it, like share it, give it 5 stars, maybe give it a review. That would just do so much for us.
Did you have anything else for that?
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Except with needles. Greedy bitch.
Good.
All right, what are we talking about today, Peggy?
We are talking today about Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh.
It's a good one for sure. And really just a bunch of sexual deviance.
Yeah.
Wrong.
It's hilarious, actually.
I am so pleased to share this good news with you all.
The good news of fire and brimstone.
The good news is that Sodom and Gomorrah had nothing to do with the gay expression. They were in fact wiped out because they were just fucking mean to each other. They definitely got sulfur rained down upon them.
Yeah.
But they were terrible people, and they were terrible
Super
people
evil.
to each other.
I think Vegas, but like without indoor plumbing.
Gross.
Yeah, to just shit on each other.
But they were just mean to each other. They really elevated themselves as this, if I have money, I'm good. If you have money, it's probably not enough. And if you don't have money, you are shit scum of the earth. So.
Sure. Well, and they got a point. No.
But to their point, no, there is no point with it. They missed the big lesson on taking care of each other and humanity.
And just a real quick synapse for anyone who maybe doesn't know. There's a man named Abraham who's just tight with God, and he has a nephew named Lot who lives on the outskirts of these 2 famous cities. Well, 2 of the 5 of these famous cities.
Correct. Abraham gets a visit from God, and
God used to always be talking to people about how he's going to fuck shit up.
and then
He's like, what up, Noah? Dude, let's think about fucking some shit up. What do you think?
so
Hey, what up, Abraham? Think about fucking some shit up. What do you think?
tells Abraham that he is going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. Abraham then begins to put up a little bit of a plea for the city by saying, if there's 100 righteous people, will you spare the city? Yeah. God says yes.
The eye roll of the century.
40, 30, 20,
right.
10, maybe 10. If I can find 10 right.
I remember you saying once that he was counting down, like as he was recalling stories Lot was telling him about the city.
Essentially, and I'm pretty sure God knew this too, that Abraham had an affinity for his nephew,
Right.
who just happened to reside there. He actually elevated himself into the higher ranks of the city.
Yeah, which means he was either partaking in the shitty city living, or he'd become straight up just numb to the fact that it was evil.
He was definitely getting sucked in. I think it's you bend a little bit, and over time you end up bending all the time.
Yeah, right. Or you're sucked
And
in and
over-
sucked up. I was just stretching for a pun right there. I was trying to pull in.
All I heard was stretching in the Sodom and Gomorrah. There is a story about one of Lot's daughters who was constantly giving bread to the poor man she would witness on her way to get water from the well. How wonderful that is. No, not in Sodom and Gomorrah. It is not. That is the shit that's going to get
What do
you
you do?
executed.
It's like all the signs out in Scottsdale. Stop giving people money on the streets, okay?
If you don't give them money, they'll go away. You don't fit in if you're going to do shit like that. So they rallied together and they voted her to be executed. And Lot's daughter was like calling out to God at this point, right? That is actually what sparked God to go talk with Abraham.
Set the dominoes in motion.
He heard their cries for help. And I'm sure he just dropped everything he was doing and was immediately on his way to Abraham. And I imagine this happening just like Robin Williams did in Mrs. Doubtfire when he had to haul ass through the restaurant to save his ex-wife's new boyfriend from choking on a spicy scallop.
Help is on the way!
Help is on the way!
No, I think God enjoys people helping people. Like the golden rule, like love others as you love yourself. Which is hilarious that he had to break it down like that. You selfish sons of bitches. Yeah, I just want you to love other people.
Okay. So
almost as much as you love yourself.
really, can you guys just be nice? Be nice to each other? Just a little bit?
People helping people.
Seriously. Someone's hungry, feed them. Make them sit there and watch you eat. What the hell's wrong with you?
Right. Even Jesus said, you didn't feed me, you didn't clothe me. And people are like, God, when did I ever not feed you or clothe you? He's like, whenever you didn't do it to the least of these, you didn't do it for me.
100%. If you are ever in a position where you can help.
It's not a God on a cloud watching people suffer. It's God suffering with people. Stuff.
Yeah. And the cloud has never been more accessible as it is today.
Right. Just go .com. Or you can also give 5 stars on this rating for this podcast.
That's excellent. So here's what happens next. 2 angels come down to Sodom and visit Lot.
But
Yeah.
bam, 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 angel danger.
We need an alarm sound for that. So,
I'll put one in.
the angels say that they're going to just spend the night in the square, and he's like, no, I'm really going to need you to come with me. And sure enough, there's like a mob of people coming, pitchforks, fires,
Like
just
all of the city.
all of the city. Yes. Wearing their fancy clothes and their that's right. Oh, they can start banging on Lot's door like, hey, we saw 2 people go in there with you. Bring him out here. I want to ass pound him and humiliate the crap out of him. Give me him.
Let me fuck him.
Lot is, that's funny. So Lot is like, angels of God. You guys want my daughters? I've got 2 of them. You want to take them?
Right. Well, he's also like buddies with these people, right? You know, he's wearing like, he's got like a titty hat on and a t-shirt. It's like, I survived Sodom and Gomorrah and all I got was a stupid t-shirt.
I am Sodom and Gomorrah. That's so good. So they just absolutely want nothing to do with his daughters. Why? Probably because we've seen the likes of your daughters. Those
Right.
fucking,
Ew.
the ones that like to feed the hungry. No thanks.
Ugh. What?
And anyway, Lot sneaks them out, and the 2 men say to him, do you have anyone else here? Sons-in-laws, sons, daughters, anyone else in the city that belongs to you? Because you guys got to get the hell out of Dodge, because this place is about to go up in flames.
That's what the angels are saying, right?
Angels are telling this to Lot.
Angel danger.
He asks him if he can go to like a nearby city, because if he goes to the mountains, he's just going to be so overtaken with disaster and grief. And they're like,
Everything around is just brown. Everything brown, brown, brown.
you got to go, though, because dawn is quickly approaching, and with that, so is your demise.
You're running out of time because
Right. So he had told his daughters were engaged, tells the 2 sons-in-laws, like, hey, here's what's going to happen. Death to you all. And they're like, ha, good one, Lot. We're going to stay right here, you big jokester. And they don't come.
you're going to die.
Lot is with his 2 daughters and his wife, and the angels are telling him, hurry, get the hell out of here. Don't look back, just run and keep going.
I used to think that was like part of the stipulation, like not to look back. But now, as an adult, I read it and I'm like, no, you don't have any more time. You've dilly-dallied. And this is happening so soon, so quick, that if you don't move your ass and with fervence, you're going to die.
Yeah. Talk about waiting to the last minute. And on the escape out, his wife stops and turns around to look.
That dumb bitch. That salty bitch.
Salty bitch, that's right. She turns into a pillar of salt. And why? Because she had no reason to turn around and look back at her past life. She was clearly...
She was supposed to do the fucking walk away from the explosion, badass, action movie, ending scene, roll credits, you're a badass, and she didn't. She looked back, and for that...
That's assault. It's assault.
Oh,
She's assault.
you were assaulted.
Yeah, a little bit.
That joke was assault.
To comedy? Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, if you call it that. Just joking.
So, now Lot is there with his 2 daughters. And he looks down towards Sodom and Gomorrah and just sees smoke. Just...
Hey, had anyone seen my wife?
Yeah, he didn't even ask about her. That's funny. So, best part of the story is coming right up. Lot ends up with his 2 daughters and no one else there. How will we ever get married and have kids now?
They're just torn apart.
And our family line is going to cease to exist.
What a different time. What a better people. Oh, my parents are going to be so mad. They're going to find out I'm pregnant. I can get pregnant right now.
The baby won't pay my bills. In fact.
As opposed to back in the day, it was like, I'm not going to get pregnant.
How opposite, right? That's funny. It took me a second to see where you were going with that. I'll tell you what they did. They got their dad drunk and had their way with him. They sexually assaulted their dad.
And so at the end of the story, Sodom and Gomorrah lived on.
It did. But...
That's hilarious.
I know. I don't know why.
Wait a minute. So who was the good one? I gotta get pregnant. That's all I know 2 things in life. And also, there's something to be said about getting blackout drunk, but that guy knew what he was doing. I don't know.
If they can't say no, it doesn't mean no.
I think I take back my comment about them being better people, though.
Well, here's the thing. The older daughter did it first. The next day, she tells her younger sister, your turn.
Right.
He wasn't aware of it at all, though.
And unbeknownst to me.
So it says. And that's the story of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Man, I bet if they just would have, given our podcast 5 stars, it probably would have...
Well, here's the thing. I always thought it was super tacky as well when people would ask for 5 stars or...
Right. How presumptuous of you.
Yeah. And it's adorable that you think I would even give any stars.
But
Stars
people are
huge.
busy. And life happens.
How can we make it easier for people to give us likes and stars?
Asking them nicely.
Maybe good things will come to you. Maybe you just give a little like and a little 5 stars.
And then the person behind you will probably give you 5 stars.
And then you'll probably, it'll just
pay
continue
it forward.
getting paid backwards. Oh, forwards.
Backwards. You just pay it backwards.
Because there may have been a time where you needed 5 stars or the person behind you paid for your breakfast. Or you
Not
have...
fair, because I got a coffee and the person behind me has a minivan, 8 kids in there.
That's really lucky, actually. You just got to bless 8 people. You lucky
Thing is,
son of a
I wasn't so sure my card was going to clear for my coffee.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, hey, we'll have your total at the window. I'm like, hey, I don't have total at the window money right now. Well, on that, what's the takeaway here?
Takeaway is help each other. Be nice to each other. That's my takeaway. And move on to the things that God has in store for you. Like, maybe you'd be there to stop your daughters from raping your husband. Who knows?
Right. If you didn't look back.
Yeah, if you're too busy focused on the past, you're really not seeing the things happening now.
The imminent rape.
What's your takeaway?
I love the relationship between God and Abraham. I feel like Christians get this rap for just live terrible lives and apologize at the end and get in, right? And I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I think it's a lifelong relationship that you're building with Christ and God. And no one likes the hell and brimstone message, but I think there's something there sometimes.
No, that's really good.
When I think of Sodom and Gomorrah, it makes me think of the city of Pompeii.
In Hawaii?
No, not in Hawaii. Not the fire in Hawaii. The volcano eruption in Pompeii.
When was this?
So many long ago. You don't know about Pompeii?
Yeah.
Okay, so Pompeii is this ancient Roman city, and back in 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius, it was a volcano, erupted and sent these surges of superheated gas, ash, and rock down the slopes of this mountain at like 425 miles per hour. Just showered onto these people of this city and encased them or entombed them really in these hard shell calcified ash coffins. We used to think they died from asphyxiation, but Recent studies have shown that as they were engulfed in this ash, their blood boiled inside of their body for the time span of 15 minutes to die, which relativity, that's probably pretty fucking awful. And we've been able to pour this plastic molding into these cases, and what it reveals is these terrified people. They're literally at the end of their road and dying incredibly painful and excruciating, grim ways. You can go there today and see these statues. It's really quite heart-wrenching.
It's kind of like when cockroaches get painted over and like apartments and shit.
Just like that.
Just like that.
And it's like this for sure. I've never seen it, actually.
Oh dear, you're in for a treat now.
Oh, but here's the thing. Unearthed. When Pompeii was unearthed, I use unearthed in my song. I do.
You did.
Heaven on earth and heaven unearthed.
Haven't you heard? But no, you haven't heard it yet because have you released it?
So you'll be able to find it on our website, bottomshelfbible.com, and on our Patreon page, Patreon/bottomshelf Bible Study. And you'll be able to find it on my website too, which is jessecoleward.com. And you'll be able to find it on all streaming platforms. That'll just happen a little later. And we'll have links to that in the description for this podcast for sure. I was super stoked on it. Super jazzed.
Go listen to the song.
Hallowed be thy name. I did a real deep dive into the Lord's Prayer when I was working on this. And hallowed be thy name is like, God, set your name apart and to be sanctified and to be holier than all other things in an effort to dedicate to God, as to set it apart from my other works. I specifically decided not to add drums to it, as I'm a drummer.
Go listen to the song. It's really good.
Like, have fun.
I like myself. I like
Father in
myself.
heaven, give us this day, give us a day. Heaven on earth, heaven on earth.